Hey, what is up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about my boy Swamp Thing. That's right, JP at Organic Price Books just sent me my copy of Swamp Thing New 52 Omnibus. And if you want your copy of Swamp Thing, just go to organicpricebooks.com, place your order. They are shipping out this Thursday, unless you're watching this after this Thursday, in which case they're already shipping. But use our link below. It'll get you $2 off your first purchase through Organic Price Books. And if you've already used it, just use our link anyway, because it helps support our channel, and we appreciate you. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about this. Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, New 52 Swamp Thing. Also, how could I forget to mention this? We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Once we do hit our 10K mark, we're giving some books away. We are giving away a DM variant cover of Uncanny X-Men Volume 4 through our boy JP, once again at Organic Price Books. And in order to get that one, you just need to order through him. Send us an email to thehardcovercomic@gmail.com showing your receipt that you had purchased as something from him, and you're going to be enrolled into the drawing for that one once we hit 10K. If you haven't purchased anything from him, that's okay too. We are also giving away a regular copy of Uncanny X-Men Volume 4, which I reviewed on the channel last week. And in order to get entered for that one, just be a subscriber and then stay tuned, because we're going to be doing a giveaway once we hit 10K. So we're so close. Please like, share, subscribe, and help us out there. We greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's jump into Swamp Thing. All right, so right off of the bat here, this is the design of the book. Now, the front cover of it, I'm okay with. The front's okay. I don't mind the front so much. I really kind of like that design. I think the artwork looks really good on it. The font down here, the New 52 Omnibus font, okay, sure, whatever. It's not a design choice I would have gone with, but it's whatever. But here's where it really kind of gets my goat, if you will, which is up here. It says Scott Snyder, Yannick Paquette, and Jesus Saiz. Okay, cool. Scott Snyder wrote half the book. Yannick Paquette did the art on probably about half of the book as well, because he was on it with Scott Snyder. Jesus Saiz did a lot of the art as well. But we're definitely missing, really, in my opinion, two glaring names from this list. And we're missing Charles Soule, who, again, wrote half of the book. No idea why he is not mentioned anywhere on here, which is really a bummer. The other thing that I think that we're missing is Javier Pina, who is another artist that also worked on the book. He did a lot of the stuff with Charles Soule, as did, Jesus Saiz. Now, why they're not credited on the cover of the book, I do not know. I know that, Charles Soule is moved on to Marvel and has been with Marvel for quite a while now. So I don't know if there was some kind of a falling out or something that happened like that, or there's some internal things happening, but kind of a big disappointment there, if you will. As far as the spine of the book, not a fan at all. I really like that you have, Swampy up here. I think that looks really nice. That looks cool. I think it would have been better if they would have gone with the same logo that they had on the front here. I don't know why you would change fonts on that. That doesn't make sense to me. The New 52 Omnibus, I don't think you need to put that logo on there. I don't think you need to slap that on there. That's just kind of a weird design choice for me. The DC in the green, that looks cool. I don't mind that so much. But again, it's also kind of odd because this is solid green, whereas this, you have a lot of art, but then if you flip it over onto the back with the spine, it's not just that solid green. There's a lot of art and stuff on the back. So it's weird how it's art, just solid. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Throws me off a little bit, especially if it's flowing over from the cover. So if the cover is flowing over onto the back, why not incorporate that into the spine? I don't know. Doesn't really make much sense to me. I don't understand why they went that route, but it is what it is. New dust jackets can always be made, and I can assure you I will be getting a new dust jacket made. But anyways, so the book is going to collect the entire New 52 Swamp Thing run. So it collects Swamp Thing 0 through 40, including 23.1, Swamp Thing Annuals 1 through 3, Swamp Thing Futures End number 1, Animal Man number 12, and 17, which is part of the whole Rot World story that Jeff Lemire was a part of, which is a lot of fun and a really great run between Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire. Again, if you don't have Jeff Lemire's Animal Man, grab that. Another fantastic title. And then Aquaman 31, which is a tie-in with Jeff Parker. It's a thick book. I mean, this thing is thick. Thick, thick, thick. It's got probably pushing close to 50 issues in here. So it is a very, very thick book. But let's go ahead and take the dust jacket off here and see what we got going on underneath. Oh, also one thing I wanted to point out in regards to the dust jacket is over here, it kind of talks about, you know, the different things of Swamp Thing and, you know, the things about Swamp Thing. But then on the back, they have the creator page. And they only address Scott Snyder and Yannick Paquette, which they deserve to be. But again, they only did half of the book. There's no mention of Charles Soule. There's no mention of Javier Pina. There's not even a mention of Jesus Saiz in the back. It's just strictly Scott Snyder. So it's like they're treating this as like a Scott Snyder omnibus, and he only wrote half of the issues. And to be honest, while it was great, and it really kind of took Swamp Thing back to its more horror-centric roots, if you will, Charles Soule's run is really sort of, I don't know, I love Scott Snyder's. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking it at all, but I did enjoy Charles Soule's a little bit more. So, I don't know. I'm not sure why they're not crediting him. Maybe there's some bad blood, who knows. But anyway, you open it up, you got a nice little Swamp Thing graphic cover here. Again, I don't know about that font. I don't know why you have to slap New 52 on everything. It just seems kind of weird to me, but and then here's the back. And then again, the spine. Now, the spine on the book is not a solid green. They actually use the wraparound cover to come through. As you can see in there, the art actually comes through. So I don't know why they wouldn't have done that. Bumped the camera there, I apologize. I don't know why they wouldn't have done that on the dust jacket and only on the book, but again, dust jackets can be made. You open it up, you have your bookend covers here, which I really like. I always love it when they go that extra mile and they add just a little bit of art on the bookend papers here. I just think it really kind of sets it off. It's something that I've seen in custom binds and it looks amazing. I personally haven't done it to a custom bind yet, but it is something that I would like to look at in the future because I do think that it really just kind of sets it off, makes it a little bit fancier, if you will. You got your nice title page there. Now in here, they do list Charles Soule in here. So writers, Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, Jeff Lemire for his Animal Man, Scott Tuff, Jeff Parker for his Aquaman, and then here they list out all the artists. So Yannick Paquette, Jesus Saiz, Javier Pina, Kano. Kano had a lot of work in here as well. And then a couple of other ones in here that had, you know, bits and pieces that helped out. And this also has the inkers, and it also has the colorists are down here. So this is the artists and inkers up here. So a lot of different artists throughout, a lot of different inkers throughout, but overall, really solid art throughout the whole book, which you guys are about to see. Over here, you have a wonderful introduction by Len Wein from back in 2015. And then once we open it up, we dive right in. So here we are, jumping in right into Scott Snyder. Now, the thing is, a lot of people always compare, when it comes to Swamp Thing, they will always compare Swamp Thing to Alan Moore's run of Swamp Thing. And a lot of people want to know, you know, is Scott Snyder's run as good as Alan Moore's? Is Charles Soule's run as good as Alan Moore's? Which is better, etc.? And to be honest with you, I don't know that anybody can or ever will beat Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. And that's just the fact of the matter. While all of them are great, Alan Moore really created a brand new mythos for the character. So the next question a lot of people ask is, do I have to read Alan Moore in order to enjoy this? And the answer to that is big, strong no. Scott Snyder changes some things back around. For instance, it's now Alec Holland, you know, as the consciousness of Alec Holland in Swamp Thing again. He does a lot of really great stuff in regarding to flashbacks and storytelling and really all sorts of different things like that that can really set up a new reader. So you could go into Swamp Thing absolutely knowing nothing about him. Nothing. You may have just seen him in, you know, Justice League Dark or something, and you can go into this completely blind, not knowing anything about the character, and still be able to really enjoy and absolutely love this title. And then you can go back and read Alan Moore's if you do find that you like the character, and you're going to be blown away when you read Alan Moore's. So But no, you don't have to be familiar with the character at all in order to enjoy this book. So again, Scott Snyder does a wonderful job of doing that. Now, as far as the thickness of the book, it is really thick. I have stretched the spine out a couple times since I just got it in today from our boy JP at Organic Price Books. And because it's so thick, it doesn't, as you can tell, it doesn't really quite want to stay open yet. And I mean, that's to honestly kind of be expected in regards to a book this thick. We're getting there slowly, though. In regards to like gutter loss, the pages are a little bit of a thicker, glossy page, so that's nice. I know a lot of people are big fans of those glossy, thicker pages, so that's exactly what you're getting in this book. A lot of people are kind of wondering, oh, what about, see, it's not want to stay open yet. What about gutter loss? You know, that's kind of a big question, especially when it comes to books this thick. And the answer from what I've seen from flipping through it and kind of looking at it is there is a little bit of gutter loss, but not bad. Very little gutter loss, I would say, especially for a book this size. I would say the gutter loss is pretty minimal. So that's really good. Again, we're not quite there yet. Almost want to stay open. Not quite there yet. So, but like I said, you have really awesome art kind of throughout the entire book. All right, it's finally starting to kind of want to stay open on its own now. We're probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the way through the book or so. But yeah, so this is actually a run that I read. I read Scott Snyder's run probably about 5 years ago. Really enjoyed it. Then about a year later, I read Charles Soule's run, and I think I like Charles Soule's run better. Like, I couldn't believe I was saying that because I really enjoyed Snyder's run and what he did, especially with the whole Rot World arc where, the rot is taking over in the green and red, life of the animals, life of the plants. They have to kind of team up and to take on the rot. And that's where Animal Man and stuff comes in too, which makes it and I love Animal Man. So that makes it a really fun build up, which I thought was really great. You got some Dead Man in there. You guys know, love me some Dead Man. So it has been, like I said, probably about 5 years or so since I've read this. And I'm super stoked to dive back into it. I was debating on binding it a while back, and then it was announced that the Omnibus was coming out, the official, and I was like, you know what? It'll be less expensive if I just buy the official, because I didn't have, the singles or the trade paperbacks or anything like that. So I was like, let's just go with the official. So here it is. It's finally in our hands, and I'm very grateful for it. It actually gets publicly released. So we got it early for reviews, but it actually drops this week. I think they start shipping out on Wednesday or Thursday this week. So you guys will be getting it in your hands here very, very soon. But again, you guys can kind of see the different art and stuff throughout. And it's all, obviously you can tell when different artists are there. Like, I'm not saying the art looks the same, but there's nothing big and shocking. Like when the art changes, or the artist, I should say, change. It's not something that's like big and jolting to the eyes when you're reading it. It's kind of a nice, fluid, transition. But yeah, you got some nice stuff here. You got Swamp Thing with Superman. You got Dead Man. You got Orchid. Black Orchid, you got, Animal Man, who's one of my all-time favorites. I'm trying to remember who else he teams up with. I don't remember. You got Abby Arcane, obviously. Abigail Arcane. That one's going to be huge in the story plot. For those of you guys that are familiar with the Alan Moore run, you guys got something really cool to look forward to if you've never read this. More than likely, if you've read the Alan Moore run, you've probably read this. But I'm curious to know though what your guys' thoughts are for those that have read this or for those that have read Alan Moore's run, or maybe both. Please leave your comments down below and let us know what you guys personally think of the overall books and kind of what you guys enjoyed, what you liked, what you didn't like, etc. We always love chatting with you guys and hearing everybody else's thoughts. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Even though if your opinion's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. So right in here you have some Jesus Saiz art, which looks a little more, I guess you could say, digital compared to the classic, ink and paper. Oh man, these bring back flashbacks. It's been so long since I've read this. I'm kind of like a little fuzzy on the details. So as I'm flipping through it and I'm seeing things, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. So now I'm super jazzed. I cannot wait to go back and honestly reread this. It was so much fun, you guys. It's truly, truly a phenomenal book. So if it is something you're debating on picking up, I highly recommend it. Don't debate it, just do it. If you have any interest remotely at all in the character, I strongly recommend it. If you're a fan of Alan Moore's and you've been curious about this run, again, I highly encourage you to pick it up. I don't think anyone's going to regret it. Honestly, I know a lot of people that have read it, and I can't think of any one person that had a bad time reading this book at all. I don't know of anybody with a negative opinion. Obviously, some people say, like myself, Alan Moore's was superior, but other than that, I don't know if anybody's like, oh, I don't like that book, it sucked, or I've never heard anybody say that ever. So I'm sure they exist, but I've never met them. Nor would I want to. No, I'm kidding. You got Etrigan here. Oh, it's so good. Speaking of Etrigan, I just got in that new custom. I need to read it here. All right, so we're getting towards the back here. The book's kind of wanting to close in on itself now as we get back towards here. So we'll just kind of quickly flip through. Some beautiful cover pages. And then, let's just go to the back. And then once we get done, you finish off the book or whatever, this big, thick monstrosity. I want to say it's like 1,430 pages, something along those lines. You have some nice, one sec, cover art and things like that in the back here, concept art. So some really nice extras in here as well. And again, it's a great companion to Jeff Lemire's Animal Man Omnibus. So if you don't have that, again, I highly recommend picking that up as well. And then, we're in pages. So there you guys have it. New 52 Swamp Thing, Scott Snyder, Charles Soule. So I do recommend picking it up. So until next time, the power is yours.